What's up, y'all? My name is Shane. I'm a producer here at 5 News. I know. Don't let that throw you off. But there's some things I've been wanting to talk to y'all about. It's about the music scene. The music scene, you ask? Yes, the music scene. That's because it's not getting the recognition and respect it deserves. That's right, I said it. How do I know? Because I've been doing it for over 30 years. I know a little bit. In fact, did you know that there are over 40 famous musicians that come from Arkansas? From LaVon Hill to Ashley McBride. Arkansas has a rich history in music. So, I thought it would be awesome to document the music scene in our area. Actually, I'm not the only one that thinks it's important. You see this guy? His name is Joel. He's our chief photog here. And he, like myself, is a fellow musician and has been covering the news in this area for over 20 years. This guy, he knows some people. And that's why I want you to join us as we shine the spotlight on what we like to call Five Country. Welcome to the Artist's Corner. Tonight, we shine the spotlight on Isayah Warford. When you're talking about music and you hear the name Isayah, most everyone across Five Country knows who you're talking about, even without the last name. In fact, the night before I interviewed Isayah, I was at band practice and told my band about, setting up this segment. They asked who it was. All I had to say was the name Isayah. Not Isayah Warford, not Isayah's AllStars. I just said Isayah, and everyone else said, "Oh, Isayah Warford? Isayah's AllStars?" I said, yeah, that's the one. That's him. In fact, on the day of the interview, Joel and I showed up at the guitar shop to do the interview with him, and he hadn't even warned the people that we were coming to do the interview. But that was all right. They just gave us our own room, shut the door, and we did the interview. You see what I'm saying? It's Isayah. It's those kind of things that let you know you're talking with and about someone that is well known in the area. Isayah is a self-taught, full-time musician, meaning he does it for a living. And he has a rich, culturally deep presence across Five Country. He first picked up the guitar when he was 13. Isayah surrounded himself with the sounds closest to him, and that came from who inspired and influenced him the most.
My dad and my grandpa are big influences. Grandpa, he's 81 now. And he still plays, and Dad, he plays too. And my dad grew up playing acoustic guitar, singing, while my grandpa played lead guitar, and it was country and western stuff. It'd be like Merle Haggard, Willie Nelson, Waylon Jennings. Going back even further, like Ernest Tubb and Hank Sr. and those sorts of people, Then I got into blues. Found out about rock. So we had Hendrix, we had Clapton, we had Buddy Guy, B.B. King, all the blues people, And then it kind of moved on to Joe Satriani and Eric Johnson and those sorts of people. And now it's my favorite 4 guitar players, I guess, would be Jimmy Herring, Derek Trucks, Warren Haynes, and Steve Kimmock. And they go sort of the jam band, jazz fusion sort of sound.
And if you don't know any of the names he just mentioned, there's nothing I can do for you. But I can tell you that his last 4 favorite guitarists all played with either the Allman Brothers or the Grateful Dead at some point in their careers. In fact, Jimmy Herring is also known for his role in Widespread Panic. And Warren Haynes is not only known for his role with the Allman Brothers, but he also found the band Government Mule. Sounding familiar yet? Well, try this. Let's keep it local. Isayah says one of the reasons he plays the way he does today is because of playing with and learning from local legend Earl Cate. From the Cate Brothers.
I wouldn't be the same without him. Not even the same.
Of course, besides Earl Cate, Isayah has also learned from and played with another local legend by the name of Jed Clampett, who Isayah attributes as being another person that influenced him greatly in style.
Jed's a huge influence on me. Without Jed, I wouldn't have known this. That sort of stuff, that's like a Dickie Betts sort of thing. Jed taught me that for sure.
So there you go. The ones and the styles that have influenced Isayah's sound over the years. That folky, country jam band sort of style. And speaking of jam band and or fusion, well, obviously Isayah plays a lot of jam band music. In fact, Joel caught up with him recently at Kingfish Bar in Fayetteville. Joel, what'd you think of the sound, man?
Man, he mixes it up. It's really nice. It's jazz, it's funk, it's blues, it's country. He puts it all together, but it's real tasty.
Nice. Take a listen, see what you guys think. you think? Pretty awesome, right? So, a lot of people know Isaiah as well for his All-Stars, Isaiah's All-Stars. So, who are Isaiah's All-Stars? Well, it changes for every show. There's not a set group of All-Stars. For Isaiah, it's all about collaboration. For instance, take the new instrumental album coming out the first of next year.
And we have 12 songs, we have 12 different drummers.
Really?
Yeah. So each song has a different drummer, and they're all original compositions, all instrumentals, like I said. It's sort of a jazz fusion, funk, jam sort of vibe, you know, to it. We had Johnny Arredondo, we had Charlie Platt, we had Stingray, we had Dave Bright, we had Chuck Haight.
I like playing drums. I like putting beats down. I like collaborating with people. Just saying, just throwing that out there for you, man, you know. And of course, the list goes on. Brian Burkhart, Jesse Dean, and even Mark Ballou from Big Smith came in and played organ. So, what can we expect from the instrumental album? Collaboration, of course. Isaiah says he has over 100 local and regional musicians he plays with, ranging from Tulsa to Springfield, Missouri, Memphis, and Little Rock. You could say Isaiah has a buffet of artists he can collaborate with. But there's one person in particular that he's collaborated with for quite some time. At least 15 years, he says. Her name is Sarah Hughes. She's a local musician in our area and fronts the Sarah Hughes Band, and she's someone he speaks very highly of. They met, as you would expect.
She didn't have a lead guitar player, and her bass player and drummer at the time, Stingray and Dave Giswaldo from Mountain of Venus, they recommended that I fill in, you know, and I started filling in with her off and on through the years, and right before COVID, we got to know each other a little bit more and started playing a little bit more.
And I was like kind of hesitant at first, you know. I was like, okay, yeah, right, I'm sure he's great. And then when I heard him play, I was like, okay, he's the real deal. I would say probably maybe 2006, something like that. And we've played off and on together ever since.
And she and Isaiah wrote the upcoming instrumental album, basically during the pandemic. While the world was shut down, Isaiah and Sarah's creativity had opened up.
During COVID, we spent a lot of time together playing guitar and stuff, you know, trying to keep our circle small, you know, and you know, we come up with these instrumentals, and she wanted to learn some bass, so that's what we started doing.
I'm still I still feel like I'm kind of a newbie, but I can hang in there. I would almost say I enjoy playing the bass more than I do the guitar almost. In certain situations, yeah, of course.
We're going to release an album here this following year. It's all instrumentals. She's going to be playing bass, I'm playing guitar, and we play keyboards, both of us.
If you've never listened to Sarah Hughes, I highly suggest you make it a priority to check her out. So where does that leave us with Mr. Isaiah? Well, what about a vocal album? Does he just do jam band music? Of course not. Like I said in the beginning, he's rich in culture that goes back to his dad and grandpa.
I've been cursed with kind of a country thing. So from growing up around country, that's all my originals for the most part with lyrics are country sounding. I'm going to start working on that next after this instrumental's released. I'm going to start focusing on a vocal album.
Look, I've already said it at least once during this segment. This cat is rich in culture. And besides playing music with local greats such as Jed Clampett and Earl Kate, Isaiah has also been a musician for hire. Because when you're deep with that much culture, even the national acts know who they can call to help fill in.
I play with the Blues Brothers. It's Dan Aykroyd's official Blues Brothers review.
Nice.
I've done some pickup gigs with them up in Chicago and Wisconsin, and you know, I played with Jason D. Williams one day at Black Blues and Barbecue because his guitar player was sick. You know, that sort of thing.
I think it's safe to say that Isaiah Warford is a musician that knows people. I mean, he's only collaborated with some of the most old school legends around, including from our area. So there you have it, collaborating with other musicians. Wait, what was it he was saying to me about collaboration?
Man, it gives me life. I mean, without collaboration with others, it's really boring. You know, it's great playing with the same people, getting songs down, getting sharp, and doing that. You know, as soon as it's over, as soon as it's there, I'm ready to go on the next thing. You know, doing the All-Stars, changing the lineup every show, kind of keeps it a breath of fresh air in it every show, because the same songs sound different. with different people. They are different. I mean, and I just love collaborating with different folks. You know, never hurts to have more friends and all that good stuff. So, you know, that's it makes a bigger community for sure.
A bigger community? That man is absolutely right. Collaborating does make a bigger community, and I like that. As musicians, we should like that. In fact, as musicians, we should love that. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Isayah Warford. Don't forget to look for the new instrumental album he and Sarah Hughes are putting out at the beginning of the year. Hopefully Joel and I can catch back up with him when that does happen. And real quick, in fact, if you want to discuss your music with Joel or I, our contact information there is on the screen. But until then, you guys keep lifting each other up, keep shining the spotlight on Five Country. See y'all later.